All right. Well, I'm going to bring on our next guest. Dave Colina is the founder and CEO of O2. Dave, how are you?
Good. How are
Yeah,
you
how's
doing?
your show going?
It's going well. It's great to be out here.
Yeah, no, great to see you. And you brought the can here to show
did.
off. And so O2, oxygenated recovery, tell us a little bit about what that means and the importance of oxygenated hydration drinks.
Yep. So our space is really focused on athletic recovery. And O2's been around for coming up on 6 years. And we have a big base of business within sort of the boutique fitness scene. So people exercising at really high intensities, needing to get back on their feet fast because they can't sit on the gym floor all day long and recover. And so our original line, which does not have CBD, was developed with oxygenated water, electrolytes, very low sugar, very low calories, and a high degree of sort of post-workout recovery intent. We've taken a new spin on this with CBD, not because we want to jump on the bandwagon of CBD so much as we had a lot of demand from our existing athletes who are drinking O2 to recover to do something with CBD because of the athletic recovery properties of that product.
Right. And so it is interesting, though, is that you are coming into it at the time where this trend is really taking off. And so how is the trend and all the buzz around it affecting you and the company, and sort of as you come out with this messaging about CBD's real benefit here?
Yeah, I think the biggest benefit to what's happening is just there's an incredible amount of awareness and discussion around CBD, right? Like we just left a panel with a few guys who did a great job of talking about the regulatory environment and where CBD is headed, and it's a very topical conversation right now. And we've seen that carry over into a greater level of interest and demand from folks who we're already working with, who are already drinking O2 on a regular basis, whether it's to recover from a workout or, kind of a healthier hydration option. Some of the challenges that come along with that is just what we talked about, right? The awareness is great, and so is the conversation, but a lot of that conversation is around this regulatory ambiguity. And we've seen, I think, I can't say that I've got a ton to add in terms of my regulatory predictions as anyone else here, but we've certainly seen a demand for just let's clear this up and make it clear for consumers, wholesalers, manufacturers, regardless, what people should be doing to make sure that the legitimacy of CBD and the promise of CBD isn't stripped away by some companies who are going about it the wrong way.
Right. I mean, since rolling out CBD, how has that impacted your overall strategy? I mean, some of your retailers. How has that been?
It's been really, really good so far. It's still pretty early. We were ready to go to market with this product a few months ago, actually. But because of some of the regulatory ambiguity and environment, it makes taking people's money really, really challenging because you've got to switch payment processors, you've got to get new banking relationships in place, et cetera, et cetera. So the product has been in demand for a while, at least an O2 CBD product. We've recently put it on the market, and the reception has been great so far. I mean, I think it's among the best, if not the best product that we've made so far, certainly in terms of taste and function, which is kind of a rare combination in the CBD space. And we wanted to make sure that we did it really, really well, because we have a track record of, what I consider to be a track record of excellence and quality with O2. We didn't want to let anybody down with O2 plus CBD. So the response has been great. One thing that, kind of makes us different from a lot of other brands on the market is that we have a really large part of our business is with boutique fitness studios, whether it's a CrossFit gym or a yoga studio or a spinning boutique studio, and those guys don't really care what the regulatory environment looks like. If their athletes want it, they'll carry it. And so we've been able to, instead of kind of counting on, our Whole Foods customer or a Whole Foods buyer or our Kroger buyer to pick up our product, our CBD product, and put it on the shelves alongside our regular O2 product, we don't have to count on that. We can work directly with our gyms because they're not constrained by, some of the constraints that larger corporations are constrained by. And so we've found it carries over really, really well alongside our regular line of O2, much of the similar reasons. It's non-carbonated, it tastes great, it works really well, and it's positioned directly in the athletic recovery space, which is a place that we see a lot of opportunity for CBD in particular.
Right. And how now are you approaching the business with your regular line, your core line that doesn't have CBD in it, and you have to sort of go to these other channels, or at the very least, you're not able to have the CBD everywhere that your core line is.
Yep.
How do you navigate that? How do you handle both parts of the line?
It's a good question. I can't say that we've perfected it yet, just because it's so early. But the approach that we've taken so far is that when we're talking about O2, we're keeping the conversation centered around workout recovery, exercise recovery, and just recovery. And that's our space, and we feel like there's a lot of opportunity in that space, whether it's O2 or O2 plus CBD. When we're having a conversation with a retailer, say a Whole Foods, or we're going nationwide with Sprouts here in a few months, that conversation tends to focus on O2 because that's something that they can put on the shelf, and that's something we have a track record with too. We've been selling pretty successfully in Whole Foods for a while. There's data out there to support that, and so it makes the conversation with Sprouts, for example, a little bit easier. So the conversation tends to focus on our non-CBD line, but the retailers really like the fact that when they're able and ready to carry a CBD product, they can do so with an existing partner. And that's something that we've heard a few times from a few of our major grocery customers, is that, hey, we can't do anything with CBD right now, but when we're ready, we're really excited about doing something with you guys, because we know O2 is a high quality product. We know the consistency in manufacturing is there. We know the team behind it, et cetera. So I think it puts us in a unique position to be able to activate that channel with those grocery partners when they're ready with a CBD product.
Do you think about other types of functionalities as well? Are you exploring other other additions beyond CBD? What excites you in the industry right now?
There's a lot to get excited about, right? And there's a whole host of different reasons to go into this space or that space or the other. But a constant theme certainly of mine this past year, and hearing some of the other successful entrepreneurs speak, has been focus. And so we're really focused on the recovery segment with our existing clientele. It's a demographic we know how to serve really well, and it's a demographic that needs recovery throughout different points of the day. Now that could be after a workout, that could be as soon as you wake up, that could be a few different moments, and that's where our innovation efforts are going to be focused. CBD or not, it's just anchored in helping people get back to their best selves as fast as possible.
Great. Well, Dave, thank you so much for being here. Really great and fantastic.
Hey, did you like what you just saw? Well, for more from BevNet or Nosh, hit subscribe or ding that bell.